All right, good morning, everybody. It is day 94, I believe. I say that every day because I don't know. I'll verify it and check before I do my video tonight. Pretty sure it's day 94. Yesterday was the 12th, so officially 3 months on the trail. Started March 12th, so yeah. Today is a series of ups and downs. PUDs, pointless ups and downs. I don't know that we're going to get a lot of views. I think what you're going to see most of the day is me walking up hills and down hills. I'm already out of breath. I think this is my third uphill of the day already. And that's pretty much the way it's going to be. I think I've got like 15 of these suckers to do today. The goal today, as of right now, you know how things change. Hang on a second. I don't know why I keep doing this. I should put my trekking poles in my hand before I start videoing. But, yeah, don't always do it. Anyways, so got on the trail pretty late this morning. It's close to 9 o'clock. Yesterday we did almost 20 miles on a slack pack, and damn Tater, oh my God, she had a bug up her butt yesterday because she did not slack pack, and she shot me a notice last night that they did over 23 miles without slack packing. So you go, girl. Oh my God. She deviated from her plan a little bit, which had me a little concerned. But all's well that ends well. She's going to be stopping at Bear's Den Hostel tonight, or this afternoon. She's only going to have 10 miles to get there. I've got 13.9, I believe, which is no big deal. Even with all these PUDs, they're short PUDs. You can see by looking at the graph, I think the highest we go today is maybe 1,400 feet. And we're usually starting around 800 feet. So they're not big hills. They're just pain in the butt hills. I'm assuming that she's still with high def. So by tonight, I'll get reunited with both of them. Last night was pretty cool. We apparently, of course, Deb picked us up from the trailhead after our 19 point whatever mile day, and it's amazing how good our timing is. Myself and Flick and Zen, we got to the parking lot within 5 minutes of her getting to the parking lot, and she was driving from New Jersey, and we were walking 20 miles. So it doesn't get much better than that. We dropped Flick off at a movie theater downtown. He had a movie he wanted to watch, and he got to get to the early one, and which worked out well, so he could get a ride back to the bed and breakfast. And then we took Zen to the bed and breakfast. Deb and I went to get a hotel for the night, Super 8 in Front Royal. We got in touch with my new good friends, Jen and her husband Chris. And they brought over the rest of my gear to the hotel. Chris had to go to a meeting regarding the library and the extremists trying to close down the library in preparation for the big city council meeting tonight. So I'll be thinking about them and hoping that goes well for the community. If you have a handful of extremists that want to take away something that's valuable and important from an entire community, that's a problem. That's a problem. And all because of some books that they're afraid their children might read and see a vision of the real world, not the rose-colored world that they'd like to paint for them. But anyways, we'll talk more about that later. So anyways, today we're just cruising along. Zen's behind me. Passed a couple through hikers already, and should be a pretty good day. Weather's much better than yesterday. Let's see what we got here. All right, see a blaze there. All right, that's just down to a cabin. Anyway, so last night we ended up taking Jen out to dinner to show our appreciation for what she and her husband did for me the night before. And went to an Indian restaurant. I've never done that before. Don't remember what I got, but it was good. I enjoyed it, but more so, I enjoyed the company. Jen is just an awesome person. Her and her husband are, from what I see, a perfect match. Jen is a ball of energy. Chris is the cool, calm one. And between the two of them, they get things done. And but they're awesome people. The idea that they would bring me, a stranger, into their house the way they did, that's just, you know, you've heard me talk about it before. Unsolicited acts of kindness, man. It's everywhere out here. It's everywhere out here. And when you get to be the benefactor of those acts of kindness, it just makes you feel, well, it makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, you know? It makes you feel like the whole world is not the hateful place that you see back in your home community, where it's just hate and hate and hate. So it's been delightful the last 2 days. I suspect that Jen and Chris will be friends of mine for life. And I very much look forward to seeing them again down the road. But good stuff, man. Honest to God, it does not get any better than this. The trail, the adventure, the beauty of not just the trail, but most importantly, the beauty of the people. The beauty of the people. It's just, it's mind-boggling. It's wonderful at the same time. But I can tell you that these are experiences that I will remember for the rest of my life. And now Jen and Chris are a major part of my Appalachian Trail experience and adventure. And yeah, they showed me more kindness, certainly than I deserve. But these two strangers showed me more kindness than any person or persons have in the last 25 years in South Central Kentucky. How sad is that? You know what I'm saying? How sad is that? When you look at everything that I've done for my country, for my state, my community, and to come out here and have two strangers show me more kindness than I received in 25 years in that community. Folks, that's got to tell you something. That's got to tell you something. For you folks that are listening back in South Central Kentucky, I'm telling you, man, I've said this before. It's time for you people to take a hard look inside yourself. It's time to rid yourself of that hate and fear. All right, I'm not going to turn this into a political rant, so I'm going to stop right there. Just take a look at yourself. You know, I'm out here trying to make my life a better life. And you know what's cool? I have people, Deb and Jen and Chris and other people tell me, and Ninja, can't forget Ninja, he's been a big part of this. They tell me that they have seen personal growth in me through my videos. And man, I sure hope that's the case. I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard to get back to the person I was when I came out of the military, where people called me really bad names like Mr. Positive Attitude, things like that. And I lost that. I lost that. You know, when you're in amongst people who live their entire lives with that hate and fear complex, you get sucked in. And I got sucked in. But I'm kicking myself out of it. And you've heard me say it in the past few weeks. I'm happier now than I have been in years. I'm just enjoying life, man. I'm enjoying life. So I'm going to keep enjoying, and I'm going to keep hiking. And all right. So anyways, I've done my 10-minute yap for the day, and I know I'm behind on a few videos. I've just been having too much fun with people in town. So I think the videos that everybody's out there watching today, which you won't know about until tomorrow and the next day, is that you're not going to see another video for probably 3 days until I get to Harper's Ferry on Thursday, and I can upload. At that time, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. So that's just the way it works out here. You upload them when you have the time and the service. And even though I've had the service the last couple of days, I haven't had the time. So you guys are just gonna have to suck it up and watch other people for a few days, and then come back to me. So my subscription. Whoops. All right, so we're just over 3 miles into the day today. I shut down the last video clip because I heard somebody coming up behind me, and it was Zen, so I didn't need to do that. But so him and I were talking for a few minutes, and then we run into another hiker in front of us, and lo and behold, it's High Def. So that was perfect. I'm now hooked back up with my new friend High Def, and we're looking at where we're going to go, and I hope he stays with us and goes to the hostel. That would be good for me. So he's a good guy. We hike pretty much the same pace, and we get along really, really well. So good stuff. But anyways, I completely forgot what I was talking about at the end of the last video clip. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be a good day. I'm sure I'll pick up on it again later, whatever it was. And but I definitely had a great time the last 2 nights, getting to meet with Jen and Chris, and getting to hook back up with Deb again. And she had a great time in New Jersey. Got to see family and friends that she hadn't seen in, some of them, 35 years. So it was a good deal. Some of them live close to the trail up in New York, Pennsylvania. And so it gives her a reason to come back up north, down the road a little bit, and come see me again. So that works for me. Definitely will not complain about that. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna get off of here and focus on the trail, keep moving, try to knock out this 14-mile day, 13.9 mile day as quickly as I can, and get some rest. It's weird. I guess I'm not going to turn it off right now. I just thought of something else to say. Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah, one of the first things I do every morning when I first get back on the trail is after, I don't know, a mile or so, kind of assess where my body's at. And today I'm in good shape. Elbow feels good. My knee feels good. It's got a little bit of fluid on it, but not as bad as it was. I think keeping that compression sleeve on it is helping. There's no pain, so it's not injured. I think it's just overuse, as I've said before. And but I do have a couple things that I'm going to be looking at. One of them is I've got some soreness in my right heel. Haven't had that before, so just kind of keep an eye on that today, see how that goes. I don't know that I bruised it or what the deal is, but keep an eye on it. The other thing is I had 2 ticks on me a week or so ago, and I had to take them off. They were embedded in me. One on my ankle, and it seems to be healing well. There was one behind my knee on my left leg, and it doesn't look like it has a ring around it, but it is a redness. and it seems to have a minor infection. That's not unusual for me. I get chigger bites and mosquito bites, and sometimes for a few days they look red around the bite. Then it goes away. So Deb looked at it this morning, and she's slightly concerned. So what we decided to do is just keep an eye on it between now and Harper's Ferry. If it does not look significantly better in 2 days at Harper's Ferry, then I will go to an urgent care and have them look at it. The last thing I need is to get some stupid Lyme disease or some other stupid thing out here on the trail. Yeah. That would be a bad way to end my hike, and that's not what I want to do. So I'll get that looked at. But other than that, feel good. I'm a little tired from 20 miles yesterday, but it's okay. Hell, I'm tired at the end of every day right now. So, all right, now I'm definitely done. Put this away, and we'll talk to y'all later. All right, folks, here we go. This is the beginning of it. Hiker warning. Look at this. Have a little fun with it. Hiker warning. Entering the roller coaster. Have a great ride, Trail Boss and crew. Of course, somebody gets inappropriate. You got to love these assholes that destroy stuff. But anyways, all right. Let's go have some fun on the roller coaster. This is the first hill of the roller coaster, and I'm level. And that's where I'm going. Yep. If you look at the graphs at the end of the video, you'll see. I think somebody told me that was 3 mountains up and down. I'm not seeing 3. I'm seeing many, many, many of them. I think there's 8 or 9 ups and downs just in this one series, and we're not even going through the whole the whole roller coaster today. We're gonna do part of it. I can't even. Yeah, this is. I don't know if you can see how close I am to the ground. That's how much I'm leaning forward. So it's steep. I'm gonna put this away because I definitely need my trekking poles. All right, I'll be back in a minute. All right, so apparently. A lot of misinformation about the roller coaster. I was told by people this year and by watching videos last year that it was a series of 3 mountains with gradual uphills and gradual downhills. That is not what I saw on mountain number 1. It was some steep uphill, some of the steepest I've seen on the trail. And not impossible to get up, but certainly difficult. Still on that first mountain, still going up. We just came over a rock scramble, and not tough, but nobody ever mentioned it. Yeah, here. Okay, we're level, and that's where we're going. These are not big uphills. I think as high as we go is 1,400 feet, so it's not high. It's just, you go up to 1,400, you come down to about 700-800, you turn right around and go back up again. And it's, yeah, I should be using my trekking poles right now. I'm barely chugging up this hill. It's steep. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, let me go a little bit further. I think it might be leveling out up here. I feel like I've come close to 700 feet. Let's see what we got. Wow. Yeah. Rocks, baby. We love our rocks, don't we? Yeah, these are the kind that before I changed my shoes would be hurting my feet. Ouch. And sometimes they still do. All right, it's not quite as steep. We should be getting close to the top of hill number 1. And I don't even know how many hills there are in this thing. Just between now and the end of our day today, I counted 8. But this is supposed to go on for like 10-12 miles. And we're not going all that way today. From the start of it, we're only going about 8. So So we'll have more of it to do tomorrow, assuming we stop. Okay, well, I was going to say we're at the top, but we're going to come down a little bit and then go right back up. Maybe not quite at the top yet. Another little section up there. All right, I'm going to put this away because I'm sure as soon as we get over this next ridge, it's going to be back downhill. Back down to 700 feet. So, yeah, see you in a bit. I'm going to try something a little different today since we're on the roller coaster. And it's just going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I want to show you guys, I'm going to try to put up a picture of the graph that I look at as I'm climbing these mountains. And you'll see the big blue ball getting close to the top of each mountain. I think the first one there is at the bottom. You'll see that we're passing 4.5 miles into the day, into the plan for that day, and we're approaching the top of that first hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. And as I'm speaking, I'm actually at 4.8 miles and cresting the top of it. You can see it gets very rocky up here at the top, which is normal. You get up on the ridges and you get up on the top of these mountains. This is where, and I'm no expert, but as the earth crust, mantle, whatever, crushes itself and forms the mountains, it pushes these rocks up through the top, and it gets a little interesting trying to get through this stuff, especially when you're only using one hand on a trekking pole. Gotta be careful. So, looks like I'm starting to go downhill now. So if it's normal, after a couple of minutes, I'll get out of this, these rocks, and get more on a dirt type trail. And then we'll go down to 700 feet again, somewhere around that area. And then we'll start back up on the next one. And so I'm guessing that we're probably around somewhere between 4.8 and 5 miles in right now on top of this first mountain. So you'll see that first graph. Then you'll see my short video clip. It's a little bit longer here, but I'll try to make them shorter as we go through. But yeah, I'll turn this off until we're creeping up onto the second part of the roller coaster. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so that's 2 down. I think 7 to go. That was a tough one. That was very rocky. It was straight up. The last graph, I believe I screenshotted for you. I was at 6.2 miles on the day. So it took me a little over a mile to get from the top of the first hill to the top of the second hill. Those are hard miles, man. I'm going to tell you straight up, those are hard miles. These hills are, they're not what I thought they were going to be on the roller coaster. They were not gradual ups and downs. They are steep ups and downs. As I've said that, I just had a young lady pass me by, give me a fist bump, and blew right by me. And she's just loping around along like it's nothing. Oh, to be young again, to be young again. So I guess the moral of this story is that if you're young, you can easily run up and down these things. If you're a little bit older, not so much. These rocks, they're not bad right here. But I think about half of that last climb, it was very rocky. It was steep. It was hard. It was hard. I've got sweat just dripping off me right now. And so, all right, going down the second one. So I think what I'll do is probably label my graphs, hill 1, hill 2, and etc. And in between each graph, I'll have a short little spiel like this one. I believe that this last hill that we did, or the one we're on right now, is the biggest one that we've got for the day. But I don't think it's the steepest. I think that's yet to come. So, yeah, we've just finished hill number 2. And when I say hill, trust me, it's not a hill. It's a mountain. And it's steep. And it's hard. I'm tiptoeing down this section right here because this is almost straight down. And I've got to be careful because it's very easy for your feet to come out from underneath you and for you to fall on your ass. And if you fall on your ass here and hit one of these rocks, you're gonna break some bones. We don't want to do that. All right, leveled off just a hair here. Yeah, it's not overly difficult. I mean, we've certainly done more difficult climbs. We've certainly done bigger climbs. But I think it's the combination of, it's just one right after the other. Boom, 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 boom. Where you've got, I don't even know how many in total. I guess it's 9. I guess that's what I'm looking at now. 9 total mountains to go up and over. And, you know, you get to the bottom one, you turn right around and go right up the next one. There's no break in between. So you're coming straight down. And you can see the rocks I'm into now. You've got to tiptoe through this stuff. This is a quick way. I mean, you can see the angle on these rocks. If you step on these things the wrong way, you're going to hurt an ankle or break an ankle. Yeah, it's sketchy. You've got to take your time. You know, these youngsters, man, they can just hop right through this stuff. But even for them, I mean, if they step on one of these things wrong, they're done. They're done. So I'm going to take my time, go through this stuff. So now we've done the big uphill. Now we got a long downhill. And at the bottom, I think the good thing is that at the bottom of each one of these hills, you can see it on the graph. There's a little water drop. So there's water at the bottom of each one of these. I've almost finished my first bottle of water. So when I get to the bottom of this one, I'll fill up another bottle. I always want to keep 2 bottles of water. Just, yeah, I've run out of water a couple of times on this trail, and it's not fun when you're trying to get through this stuff and you're just dripping sweat and you're out of water. That's not fun. So anyways, all right, I'm going to turn this off. Looks like I'm getting to some better terrain. I'm going to turn this off until I get close to the top of hill number 3. So see you in a bit.
1,000 miles, guys.
Cruising down the mountain, come across the sign. That's it, man. We have now come 1,000 miles. How about that shit, huh?
We did it.
We some badass mother. That is badass. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, so we passed over hill number 3, around 9.2 to 9.5 miles. In the middle of the downhill off number 3, get down to the bottom. Should be a water source. I can refill my water bottle. I'm going through about a bottle of water for each hill. It's tough, man. These suckers are just about straight up and down. And negotiating the rocks, like right here, it's not a big deal. I don't need my trekking poles for this, but it just slows you down, these big steps. But you know what? We're almost halfway through the roller coaster. One more hill and we'll be halfway through. The biggest hill, I think, was number 2. Not 100% sure on that because we're not going to finish it today. I originally planned to finish it, but then remembered we had reservations at this hostel coming up. But as you saw, though, after hill number 2, I believe, God, I'm losing track of them. I hope it was number 2. We hit the 1,000 mile mark. 1,000 miles I have walked on this trail. You know, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but that blows my freaking mind away. I honestly, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that I, along with all these other people, have just walked 1,000 miles on this trail. That's crazy. Who the hell does that? Crazy people do that. That's who. Crazy people. Yeah, I admit, I'm crazy. You got to be crazy to do this, because this is torture. This is it's vicious. It's painful. It's I mean, I could probably come up with 1,000 words to describe how bad it is to do this trail. But at the same time, how incredibly awesome it is. This is something that nobody can take away from me. I did this. I didn't do this alone. No way in hell. But it was my feet, my heart, my head, my emotions, my everything that did this 1,000 miles. But yeah, man, did I get a lot of help. From my partners, from Mario to Bluebird, Stephanie, Cole, Jeff, Ninja, my family, Randy, Annette, Andy, and I mean, certainly not least, Deb. You know, all the other hikers that I've run into, that have helped me along the way, that I've helped along the way. It's crazy. This is what life's supposed to be. Not that stupid shit the politicians throw at us. Not that stupid shit the religious fanatics throw at us. This is what life is supposed to be. Everybody helping everybody else. Can you imagine what kind of country we would have, what kind of world we would have if we all did what the people on this trail do for each other? Can you imagine? Bottom line is, folks, 1,000 miles. The next milestone will be halfway. You know, for those of you, including myself, that had some doubts or a lot of doubts that I might make this trip in 6 months, 180 days, I'm on day 94. And I'm just maybe 4 or 5 days away from hitting the halfway point. Oops. Yeah. Trying to not let me through. All right. You know, think back to those early days on the trail when I was only averaging, 4, 6, 8 miles a day. Now look at my average. It's way up there. So I'm going to, time-wise, I'm beyond halfway. Distance-wise, I'm closing in on it. The miles are they're clicking off, man. I'm going to easily make it to Mount Katahdin in 180 days, probably less. And you know what? I just want to thank every single person out there who's done anything to help me. And I'm forgetting some of the most important people out here. Those freaking trail angels, man. Oh my God. The ones that pop in my mind right off the bat are obviously Jen and Chris that I just left. Mel and Chuck. Who, those 4 are some of my biggest fans out here. How freaking cool is that? I love these trail angels, man. And there's so many of them. I can't remember them all. Hell, half of them I didn't even get their names. I was such a butthead and so interested in getting the little goodies they had to offer that I didn't get their names. But I remember them, and they know who they are. And most of them don't need recognition. The idea that they help somebody out here, that's all the recognition they need. All right, anyways, I'm done. Yeah, I got a couple more mountains to get over, get to the hostel, and take myself a well-needed rest. This roller coaster business, man, this is tough stuff. Tough stuff. Oops. Go ahead, man. All right, just finished hill number 4 in the roller coaster. Hope you guys don't get too confused. I think there was 2 or 3 hills before we hit the roller coaster, so you should be able to compare graphs and figure out which one's which. But that was the 4th one in the roller coaster, and it was a tough one. It was steep, man. It was steep. Yeah, met a couple of section hikers at the bottom. They were dying. I'm dying. So I can only imagine how they feel. But yeah, that was a tough one. Coming over the top, I think it was like 10.2 miles, something like that. We're at 10.4, 10.5 now. Going downhill again. I think we've got two more, maybe 3 left to the end of the day. I can't remember. But, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow after staying at the hostel tonight. Bear's Den Hostel. Yeah. I may have already explained it, but I don't remember. Hang on, I gotta get these trekking poles out of my hand like that. All right, Bear's Den Hostel is actually a hostel owned by the ATC. They don't open until 5 o'clock, and they close at 9 a.m. in the morning. However, it is considered one of the better hostels on the trail. They have a hiker's lounge that you can get into if you get there before 5 o'clock. You need a code to get in the door, which we have. And you can get into the lounge, and I believe you have the ability to take a shower while you're in there. So that's cool. But they are known for doing pizzas in the evening and doing pancake breakfasts in the morning. So I'm looking forward to both of those. That'll be okay. And I'm just going to take my time the rest of the way. It's still fairly early in the day. I know I got started late, but you know, I've only got maybe 3 more miles left to go. So not a big deal. But anyways, all right, it's getting really steep, so I'm going to put this thing up. We'll talk to you in a bit. All right, so over the top of that last mountain, 11.4, something like that. So we're, yeah. I should not be doing this, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm dealing with going downhill, which is very equivalent to going uphill. This is, yeah, probably your staircase level going down. And these rocks, they're just, they're waiting to break an ankle. This is pretty much the way it's been all day. Sorry about that. I just ate a Snickers bar, and a piece of it went down the wrong way. Yeah, this is not fun. Not fun at all. And pretty much as soon as you get to the bottom, you turn right back around and go up. Now the good thing is I've got one more overall hill to get up. Shoot. It starts out with a little bump up, and it flattens out, and then it's the big bump, or the big part of the hill. And at the top of that hill is the hostel that I'll be staying at tonight. So, yeah, the hardest part of the day is almost over. This is what it is. If this was fairly flat, it would be no problem dodging these big rocks, but it's not. It's going downhill. There have been a number of times today that I was going uphill and my face was 1 to 2 feet away from the ground. That's the kind of angle that I was going up. It's incredible. It's once again, I watched all these videos last year, and not one single person ever indicated that the roller coaster was like this. Never. Everything that I've ever heard about the roller coaster told me that it was gradual up, gradual down, pretty flat, very few rocks, and that's just not the case. I don't understand why when people do their videos they don't show the trail exactly how it is. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I've even gone back and looked at some videos where people have done some of these various features, and they just don't talk about how difficult it is. And believe me, it's difficult. There's not a person that I've passed or has passed me today that hasn't said, "Oh shit, where the hell did this come from? I should be glad when this is done." So it's not just me; it's every single person out here. This is difficult. So if you're going to come out here this year, next year, whenever, just know that the roller coaster is not the roller coaster at the Six Flags. It's not. It's not a gentle up and down. It is steep, and some roller coasters are steep, but it's not just steep. It's steep and rocky, and it's difficult. It's difficult. I want to put this away because I need to go, and this is pretty much straight downhill. So yeah, I need my trekking poles. All right, so I've come 12.6 miles. Got 1.3 to get to the hostel. We've come up over the last bump on the last hill, but we still got the bulk of that last hill to go. And I've got a little bit of a downhill here before we get to it. And then that'll be it, man. So I'm hoping this will run at least a half a mile, and then I'll have just another half or a little bit more uphill to get to the hostel. I'm tired, man. This has been a hard day. This may be one of the hardest days I've had. The percentage of feet per mile going uphill and downhill has just been high. Above 800, above 900 feet per mile. And that's when you get into some serious crap, man. That's steep. I just passed Tater. She was getting water at that last little creek just before that last bump, and she looked worn out. She's only done, I say only, but she's only done about 10 miles today, but they've been 10 hard miles. And after she did 23 yesterday with a full pack, I know that girl's tired. So she looked tired. She had about a 3-mile head start on me this morning. I'm shocked that I caught her, because that's just, that tells me right there how tired she is. We hiked the same speed. That's the difference between doing a 20-mile slack pack and a 23-mile full pack. Yeah, I mean, she's, she looks tired. And I feel bad for her. Try to get up to this hostel, and I don't know what I can do to help her, but, you know, maybe there's something I can do to make her more comfortable when we get up here. I don't know. Not that she'd want me to. That's not her style. But anyways, yeah, okay, let's get one more last downhill, hard downhill. And that's what we got here before we get one more. I'm sure it's going to be one very difficult uphill for the last mile and so. Yeehaw. Can you sense the excitement in my voice? I'm tired. And I'm excited that this is the last mile for the day. But I'm tired. And yeah, that's all downhill, folks. That's just not going to be fun. All right, I'm going to put this fun thing away, and maybe when I get up to the hostel, just for my brother, I will do some videotaping around the hostel so he can get a feel for what this particular hostel is like. All right, guys, I'll talk to you here in a little bit. All right, I believe this is it. Holy shit. What a freaking day. Holy crap, man. I believe we have to go around to the back. Please do not let the dog out. Welcome to Bear's Den. Yeah, we have to enter around back, so. Got high def coming in behind me. Right behind him will be Tater. So, this is pretty nice, man. It's a good little setup up here. All right, turn this off, got people down here. All right, so this is the Bear's Den Hostel. It's like way cool. And let's see if I can get us in the door. This is one of the bunk rooms. I'm not going to do any video of you over here. I just want to show the room here. But very cool. There's 2, 4, 6 bunks in this space. Little bathroom over there. Refrigerator with sodas. Another bunk room here with 4 bunks. And
these are closed?
no, not mine. Which one are you? Are you?
I'm the towel guy. I'm the towel
Oh,
guy.
that's you. Okay. No, those aren't mine. As soon as that opens up,
Oh, there's next.
I don't-
Pigeon.
I don't know who's.
Pigeon's yesterday. Pigeon's yesterday, so that's gone.
Okay. I know Marmu is the tall guy with the goatee, and then I'm next.
So this might be Marvin. I'm not sure. Somebody's in there now. This is going in the dryer.
Okay, cool.
No, this is my towel. So yeah. So someone's next. I don't know. Hey, Marmu. Maybe Marmu's already gone, man.
I didn't see him. You know what? He's down at the brewery.
Okay, then put your clothes in. Put them in there, man.
I will do that now. Cool. Thank you. I'll be right. I'll grab one right now. All right. This is where.
Guys have fun at the brewery?
Oh yeah, we did. It was a good time. This is the room that Tater and I have, and I've got that bunk over there, and she's got this bunk over here. And I mean, obviously they can put more people in here, but we pay for the private room, so we've got our own private bathroom and little shower, sink. I mean, this is a good setup. You can't beat this. And then for us having the private room, we've got basically the run of the house upstairs. The people that are in the bunk rooms do not. That door gets locked, and they're not allowed to come into this side of the building. So it's a pretty good setup. So, all right. If I can find something else, I'll show you later. All right. So this is like the community dining room. This is where we'll all be eating pancakes tomorrow. There's a little office over there. The gentleman who lives here lives on the other side of the house. And little community room in here. Living room. People can just hang out and do whatever they want to do. Play some games, listen to music. That's very cool. That's the guy actually carving the tree that I took a picture of earlier. Very cool. And then there's a community kitchen. So you can come in here, cook whatever you want. And I've actually got a pizza in the oven right now, so just waiting for it to get done. Very cool. Very cool. That's it.